Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small with CMS Law Firm, and I'm here today to talk to you about whether or not revocable living trusts are for rich people or for the everyman. By the way, before we get into that, I want to let you know if you have specific estate planning questions, I would be happy to answer them. You can just go to estatemeeting.com and set up a time to talk to me for free, right? But that's not really why we're here today. We're here to talk about revocable living trusts and rich people. That appears to be the common belief amongst many people is that living trusts or trusts are really just for people that have a lot of money. The reality is there are a couple of really fantastic, wonderful uses for trusts that can be employed by people no matter how much money you have or how many assets you have, if these two things are important to you. And let's break them down. Before we get there though, I guess let's talk about what a trust is, because that's sort of foundational to really knowing and understanding what we're even talking about. So the way I usually describe a trust to people is to imagine a trust is like a box, okay? You get to create the box, you own the box. While you are alive, you can take out of the box anything you want. You can put anything into the box that you want. You also, which is the cool part, get to write the rules for how everything inside of the box is handled. And you can change those rules while you are alive as many times as you want. You can also destroy the box while you are alive, okay? That is the trust in general. Now, when you die is when all the interesting things happen with this box. So once you are gone, you, within these rules that you've created, have named the next person that's going to come up and be in charge of taking care of everything that's in the box. This person is called the trustee. While you are alive, you are also the trustee. The trustee is has a duty to protect the assets in the trust and to distribute the trusts according to your wishes to the beneficiaries. While you are alive, you are also the beneficiary. When you are gone, the beneficiaries are whoever you name. It can be your kids, it can be your friends, it can be your parents, it can be charity, it can be really anything that you want it to be, which is what's pretty cool about trusts, is that you get to write the rules and you can be relatively assured that they're going to be followed, because the trustee, once you're gone, has a fiduciary relationship or fiduciary duty to those beneficiaries to do the right thing. So that is a trust in general, okay? And they're pretty cool. I like them, I'm a fan, not gonna lie. Now, why might you want to have a trust if you don't have a significant amount of assets? There are really two reasons why you might want to do this. Reason number one is that trusts are great vehicles for avoiding probate. Probate, if you don't know, is the process of transferring the title of your assets to somebody else. So for example, if you own a house and you want to give it to your kids and you die, probate is the process of actually transferring that house from you to your kids. Okay, that's like basically what probate is. With a trust, you can avoid probate altogether. The reason for that is that technically the trust holds the property. So when you die, there's no need to transfer the ownership interest in that property to anyone else, because technically the trust still holds and owns that property. You just have that new trustee step into place, and then they can follow the directions, and the directions could say, for example, sell the house and distribute the money. So that's what the trustee would do. No need for probate, no need for court, no need for legal fees, no need for any of that rigmarole, right? Stuff. That's the first reason. And by the way, if you have property in multiple states, this is very, very important, because if you have property in multiple states, when you die, there's a significant possibility that you're going to have to do probate in each of the states that you have property in. With a trust, again, you can avoid that for the same exact reasons that I just told you. The second reason that you might want to have a trust is because you have kids, and or anybody, I guess, in your life, and you are reluctant to have them get a bunch of money in a pile with no oversight or management or help. a trust can provide those things for your kids, no matter how old they are. And this is sort of just experience talking. Pretty much no one is good with just getting a bunch of money. I think there's a statistic out there that 85% of people buy a car within 6 months of receiving an inheritance, and maybe it might be different, but 85% of people have used their entire inheritance within 18 months. I know there's that one too. Kind of weird that they're both 85%, so one of those is probably not exactly 85%, but it's a lot, okay? What a trust does is it can say, we're not going to just distribute this money outright to the people that I've named as beneficiaries. The trustee is obligated to distribute it for things like health, support, education, maintenance. So if it's needed, then the trustee is free to distribute that money to the beneficiaries. But if it is not needed, then the trustee is directed to hold on to the money, manage the money, help it to grow, so that it's there when the beneficiaries do need it in the future. So if you have minor children, this is very, very helpful, because if something happens to you and your kids are minors, when they turn 18, they basically just get a check for their share of your estate. And that's typically not a good thing, because kids are not usually equipped to handle that money, and they're usually not equipped to handle the kind of people that chase that kind of money. So that's sort of the long answer to the short to the question, which is, are revocable trusts for rich people only? And the answer is no, basically. Now, if what I've said sort of makes sense and you want to talk more, you can go to estatemeeting.com and set up a time where we can talk for free. So we can talk about your family, your needs, and see if a trust is the right fit for you. Some people don't need it, some people do, some people don't want it, some people do. That's okay. All right. So that is it. That is the answer to the question. To recap real quick, do only rich people need trust? The answer is no, for two main reasons. There are other reasons, but number one, it is a great probate avoidance tool. So whether you are super rich or not, and you want to avoid probate, a trust can do that for you. Number two is it can provide long-term oversight and management of your assets for your people, for your beneficiaries, over a long period of time. If you don't have a trust, if you have a will, that distribution is just made outright, like immediately. So there's no control, no oversight, no help with those funds. Okay, that is it. I'm Christopher Small with CMS Law Firm. Again, if you thought this information was helpful and you want to talk more about your own situation, please go to estatemeeting.com, set up a free time to talk. If you like this video, hit the like button. Get me coming back for more. If you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to help you answer them. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.